Today, I'm doing my channel goals and reading goals for 2020, so stick around to see what they are. Hey everybody, my name is Roger and welcome to my channel, Rogers Reads. So 2020 has begun and I realized that I did not do a reading goals and channel goals video. The end of the year was just such a whirlwind that I completely forgot about it. So even though we've technically started 2020, I decided to do it anyway. I really don't have anything huge planned for the coming year. Just a couple of things that I wanted to tweak. So I'm going to start out with channel goals. So the first of my channel goals is to vlog a little bit more. And I think I only did one vlog the entire year. That was during my Read Your Gaze readathon. Now that's not entirely true. I've done several vlogs. I've just never published them. I vlogged through a couple of readathons. And then when I started going through and editing the vlogs, I thought, oh my God, these are garbage. I can't publish these. So I just ended up not publishing the vlogs. So this kind of intertwines with another one of my goals, is to not be so self-critical. So I'm going to try to vlog a little bit more. I'm going to put them up, and if you all don't like them, I'm sure you'll let me know. So yeah, so vlogging a little bit more. And that goes kind of hand in hand with another one of my goals, is to do more readathons this year and get involved more in the Booktube community. I did quite a few readathons, but then again, as I told you, I abandoned my vlogs halfway through, though I did complete all the readathons I start. So again, I want to get involved in as many readathons and read-alongs and reading challenges as I can, and hopefully I'll vlog my way through them as well. Also want to be a little bit more consistent with my channel. For a while there I was doing pretty good. I was doing 2-3 videos a week, sometimes even more. And then I just kind of tapered off, and then the end of the year I got into kind of a funk and I didn't release a video for a couple of weeks. So I think I'm going to set a schedule for this year. I know a lot of booktubers have schedules. I noticed watching the videos say, oh, I publish every Wednesday and Saturday, or I publish every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm going to try to do at least twice a week, and I haven't decided on the days yet. Probably Thursday, because I'm going to be doing a new feature on my channel every Thursday. So tune in on Thursday to find out what that is. But yeah, maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays, and possibly an extra video thrown in. Well, see, I'm still going to have to ponder that one a little bit. I also want to try some new things in the channel. I'll come up with some more original content, and I actually have a couple of ideas that I've been plotting out, so hopefully those will appear on the channel soon. But yeah, now I do enjoy doing the TBRs and the wrap-ups and the reviews, but yeah, I want to spice the channel up and make it a little bit more interesting and try to do some more original stuff. And I also have on my list, be more accountable. And I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with the consistency in setting up a schedule. So once I decide on a set schedule, I will let you know. But for sure, there's going to be something appearing every Thursday. So stay tuned for that. So now I'm going to move on to my reading goals. So usually on Goodreads, I set a goal of 100 books. And I usually finish that with no problem. I think this year I did 147 books. So that's not too bad. But I don't have my Goodreads goal or reading goal as this hard and steadfast rule that has caused me stress and anxiety as I near the end of the year. It just kind of put for just to kind of keep me accountable and keep me motivated, and it might be a good way to avoid reading slumps as well. So this year I also want to read more books as they come in. I buy books and then I just stick them on the shelves and I end up forgetting about it. And especially like the Book of the Month Club. One of the reasons I joined that was so that I could read books as they come out, because they often will release books a month or two before the official release date. And I joined the club as a means of reading new releases. So it doesn't make any sense for me to take the books, put them on the shelf, and then pick them up a year later. So yeah, so that's one of my goals for the new year, is when I buy books, I'm going to put them down, and those are the ones I'm going to read first. And actually, I just got a book in the mail today, which I'm excited about. Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. Actually, I pre-ordered this a couple of months ago, so I was very excited when this came in the mail today. So I'm going to be reading this within the next couple of days to stick to my goal here. I also want to read my backlist TBR, so I got quite a few books on my shelves. And I think I might have mentioned it at the time or two, but my bookshelves are a little bit different than most people's shelves. Those aren't books that I've read, but a good majority of them are books that I have not read. Often when I read a book, I usually pass it on to a thrift shop or to the library sale, or friends of the library sale. So that being said, I do have quite a few books on my shelves that I have yet to read. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing a special thing every Thursday, is to help me get through that backlist of books. So in addition to the new releases, I'll be getting by pre-ordering, or from the Book of the Month Club, or from Audible, I will also be chiseling my way through my TBR. Another thing I want to continue with is reading new releases, and I was a little bit better with that in 2019 than I was in 2018. And I do get excited by new releases, but I often don't get them, or I will get them and just stick them on my shelf and forget about it. So be more diligent with reading new releases. I also want to do less book buying this year, because I really don't need to buy any more books, because I have more than enough that I have to read yet. But I will still continue with my membership of the Book of the Month Club. And there's the occasional book that I will pre-order by authors that I love and whose work I want to support, like Infinity's Son, Adam Silvera. There's a couple other books that I've pre-ordered that I'm looking forward to reading. But for the most part, I'm going to just try to limit it to a couple of new releases a month, and then plow through my backlist. Also, I think this year I'm going to be a little bit more particular with the ARCs that I receive. For a while, I was practically saying yes every time somebody approached me and asked me if I'd read their ARC. And I ended up reading a couple of books that I really didn't enjoy that much, because it wouldn't have been a book that I would have picked up on my own. So I think I'm going to be a little more particular in 2020 and read only those ARCs for books that I think I would enjoy, that are in genres I usually read. And as for genres, I'm probably going to stick with my main genres, which are thrillers, fantasy, young adult fantasy, and the odd contemporary, both adult and young adult thrown in. I may dip my toes a little bit more into horror this year. I'm actually kind of tempted by the Nightworms box, which sounds kind of intriguing. So you might be seeing a little bit more horror in the channel. And actually, horror, I'm a big thriller buff, as many of you know. So horror and thriller, the lines are kind of blurred between the two. So so you might be seeing a little bit more of that on this channel. And I might end up reading some more contemporaries. I do try I do read a couple of literary fiction novels a year, but just not my favorite. I often find them a little boring for my taste. So yeah. Also, I'm going to make time for Bookstagram this year. The beginning of last year, I started off with a good start, and I was taking pictures of all the books that I was reading and leaving little mini reviews of those, and then it kind of tapered off. So I'm going to be a little bit better with Bookstagram and on Twitter as well. Twitter was another thing that I kind of let fall to the wayside at the end of the year. And I'm also going to try to read an hour minimum each night, or each day, night, whenever. And I usually do that with no problem. I usually end up reading more than an hour. But was at the end of November and beginning of December, I got into a really bad book slump. And that was kind of, it's kind of a seasonal thing going on too. And so I didn't end up reading very much. So hopefully if I stick to this hour a night schedule, then I should be able to avoid those book slumps when they come. And one thing I just thought of that I don't even have written down. Last year, I felt that I was reading one book every week, and Saturday was my day to sit down, take a break from work, and I would usually, actually, maybe not usually, but quite often, end up reading an entire novel. And I actually did that last Saturday when I read Sundown Motel. It was just so good I couldn't put it down, so I ended up finishing that all in one sitting. So I'm going to try to resume that, reading a book every weekend. So if I don't finish it on Saturday, I can wrap it up on Sunday. And last year, I really, really looked forward to my Saturdays where I would sit down and read a fun book. And I would always make sure that I would pick a fun book for that day. So those are, I think, it for my reading goals and channel goals for the coming year. And I'm going to try to add a note to my calendar at the end of the year to go through this video, maybe do a reaction video to see how close I came to these goals. So how about you? What are your reading goals for the year, or channel goals if you're a booktuber? Let me know in the description. That about does it. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support. Oh, and if you like this video, I'd really appreciate if you click the like button below, as that helps my old channel out. And that'll do it. I will talk to you all in the next video. Roger and out.